The midday sun cast a warm golden light over Gaza, as if the sky itself was rejoicing in the newfound silence. For the first time in what felt like an eternity, the air was free from the deafening roars of warplanes and the acrid scent of smoke. A profound, almost fragile, calm had descended upon the land. News had spread like wildfire. The war was over. The occupation forces were withdrawing, their armored vehicles and checkpoints disappearing like ghosts. The people of Gaza, displaced, broken, yet resilient, stood at the borders of their war-torn cities, hesitant but hopeful. Layla, a mother of two, clutched her children's hands as they navigated the rubble-strewn path back to what was once their home. Her daughter Amal, whose name meant hope, looked up at her. "Will it really be like before, Mama?" she asked softly. Layla knelt down, her eyes glistening with tears. "No, my love. It will be better." As they crested the hill, the city unfolded before them. Buildings stood half destroyed, their skeletal frames silhouetted against the sun. But there was movement, life returning to the ruins. Families embraced one another amid the wreckage, neighbors worked together to clear debris, and children's laughter echoed faintly in the distance, a sound that had been absent for too long. In the heart of the city, a makeshift council of elders and youth gathered. They were joined by people of all walks of life, teachers, doctors, builders, farmers. Together they began to envision a new Gaza. Ahmed, a young teacher who had lost his school to a bombing, addressed the crowd. "We have survived the unimaginable," he said, his voice steady and strong. "Now we must build the unimaginable, a future where no child here will ever know the fear of war." At the same time, the last convoy of the occupiers' vehicles crossed the border. The land, scarred and battered, exhaled its relief. Those who had fought to defend their homes stood tall, their weapons laid down, their faces etched with the pain of loss, but also the pride of liberation. Back in her neighborhood, Layla found the remnants of her home. The walls were cracked, and the roof had partially caved in, but it still stood. With the help of her neighbors, she began to clear the rubble. Amal and her younger brother Sammy ran around, picking up bits of colorful tiles, dreaming aloud about how they would decorate the new walls. In the days and weeks that followed, Gaza became a hive of activity. Aid poured in from allies, and volunteers arrived to lend a hand. Schools reopened in tents, fields were replanted and streets were cleared. The people of Gaza had lost much, but they had gained something immeasurable: freedom. And with it came the determination to heal their land and their hearts. As the sun set on the first day of peace, the call to prayer echoed across the city, blending with the songs of those rebuilding. Layla looked out from what would soon be her new front door, watching Amal and Sammy play with other children in the street. She whispered a silent prayer of gratitude, her heart swelling with hope. For the first time in years, Gaza's night was quiet, not from fear, but from peace. And beneath the same stars that had witnessed so much suffering, a new chapter was beginning, written by the hands of its people, free at last.